Hi everyone. So based on my little experiment with the little red heart that I did with DTF powder that actually worked on a colored cotton shirt, I've decided I want to try this in big size. Um, so originally the file was supposed to be like this, and it has white writing. Every Child Matters is in white, and the little hands are in white. Well, that is not going to work because the shirt is orange. Um, and as you know, sublimation will not do white ink. So I needed to change the design. So I'm actually going to not use this, and I'm going to use this one, which is very similar to the red and black heart on the test I did. So I've made everything darker in color, and I am going to do the DTF hack again and see if this will show up on an orange shirt. If it does, I'm going to be very happy because that will skip the step of having to do a white layer of vinyl, which I don't really like too much because then it just feels like I might as well just do a vinyl shirt instead of sublimation. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to do it fairly quickly because I have other videos that are going to show you how to do the DTF powder. I have another one coming up that I'm doing bleach, and then I'm going to do the DTF hack on. When that one comes out, it will also show you more in detail how to do the DTF hack and how to use your printer settings, etc. So I've been having some trouble with lately when I'm printing my DTF sheets. I've been getting roller lines and bleed lines, which obviously I do not like. So I've done some more research, and I'm going to try a couple new settings. So besides, changing it to photo paper, glossy photo paper, and making sure all your other settings are correct, and using the Adobe RGB color mode setting to 2.2, instead of doing my saturation to 8, which has worked for me in the past, I've been told now to try doing -15 for the density. So when you're in your color mode section, that is where you will find the -15. So you can also go into your maintenance tab and click the extended settings. And there you can look for settings such as thick paper and envelopes. That apparently will also slow down our printing, which may help prevent bleed lines. If there's anywhere in your printer settings where you can adjust the printing to print out slower, there as well. So I don't know why, but for some, like I was originally going to try -6, but I'm actually going to change it down to -15. For some reason, I noticed I have to change it in both places. So I have to go in the extended settings in the maintenance tab to put that down to 15. And then in my color mode section, I also change the density to -15. So here's fingers crossed that this is going to work great, and let's give it a shot. So I will be sublimating onto the DTF transfer film, and then I will be pouring this Welliser transfer powder onto the sublimated image when it's wet, and then I will be using my heat press to cure, aka heat it on to the sublimation ink. I've got the DTF transfer film loaded in the back of my printer with the shiny side to the back because we want it to print on the dull side in my sublimation printer. Okay, so far this is looking good. I'm not noticing any big lines right off the bat, but unfortunately now that I bring it over to the light here, if I go in really closely, you can still see some lines. It has helped it because there isn't any lines extending past, like outwards, so it's very minimal. So it has helped,
we will press this on the shirt and see how much you can see those lines after. Okay, here's attempt number 3 coming out just now. It's hard to tell yet because it's so dark over here. Okay, attempt number 3 looks like it is the best yet. And guess what I did to change the settings this time? So instead of choosing photo paper glossy, I just chose the envelope setting. Being that they say that the envelope setting should slow it down a little bit. I still have it at -15 for density, but yeah, this is looking like the best one yet. If you're trying to follow along with me and try this on your own, I don't think I mentioned the importance of mirroring it before you print it. So that's another thing that you should always check on your settings before you print it, that it was on mirror. Okay, so I'm just applying all this powder, spreading it around. Then I will put it under my heat press for about 4 minutes to seal the glue on and make the sublimation come out onto the glue or the powder. Kind of look at it like glue because it's what's going to make the image stick later. All right, there we go. Okay, so this is before I've melted the white powder on, but this was the first one, and if you can see, there's more lines that you can see on this one, and at least those lines are gone on this one. So it should be, this one should be the winner, hopefully. Okay, so now here comes the curing part. I am just going to put this underneath my heat. I'm not going to press the button to put it down because then it would get stuck to the top. So right now it's just going to be heating in there, curing under there. Basically what's happening is sublimation right now because we have to have the higher temperature of 385. We will do this for about 3 to 4 minutes. I'll probably rotate it part way through. But then once that's done, the image will be sublimated, and then when we press it on the shirt, we can go down to 300 because you no longer need the high temperature anymore. Okay, so like I said, I did rotate this once, but so far it's looking great. Looks really good, actually. So I'm really happy with this. So actually, after these have been cured, they both look very good. I don't know if I can get this to show up even, but yeah, right there, there's that black line right there, and there's probably a few others. But this one was good. It didn't have any of that, so I will be happy with this one. Okay, so this is the way they're going to be pressed down on the shirts, and when it's facing this way, you can see the lines on the one that I didn't like a lot more. This one looks pretty clean. All right, let's go press it on the shirt now. Okay, I've got this ready to go. I have lint rolled. I have done a pre-press. I'm just going to tape this down a little bit just to keep it in place. You don't need much tape because it's going to stick pretty easily. And let's put it in now for 300 for 20 seconds. You don't need the high heat anymore because it's already been sublimated, so you could technically put this on with an iron if you wanted to. All right, let's let this cool down completely before pulling it back. Okay, here goes nothing. Again, this was using the DTF powder hack, so it might have something to do with that whole process, might have something to do with my sheets. Another thing I wanted to point out was just that this was yellow, but because it's such a pale color, and I did not use white vinyl underneath, the orange of the shirt came through instead of the yellow for there. But that's the nature of sublimation. But this whole thing was me trying to test out whether I could avoid having to put a layer of white vinyl down first. And for the most part, it looks great. It feels great. I won't have that big chunky feel now by having that extra layer of white vinyl. And I just got it today. And this is what it looks like. Just in case there's anybody that does want to purchase one instead of making one yourself. It looks great. I noticed that the handprint worked perfect for them. Whereas for me, I lost the orange or the yellow there. And it's a Bella canvas shirt, and it actually feels really nice. I tend to buy the Glidden shirts, and so they're a little bit rougher. And so anyways, I just wanted to show you guys so that you can see the quality you will get if you decide you need an orange shirt for Orange Shirt Day. All right, everybody, take care. Have a great day.